Welcome back, everyone. This is Paul Gaither. This is our Season 6, the end of Season 5, off-season recap. Going to try to keep this as quick and easy as possible for those of you not interested in watching like the 2 hours of the off-season and development and everything. Well, let's take a look at our roster. Jeff Garcia gets worse. Perry gets better. Barlow improves. Trapp and Waller improve. We do not find a solution to Jeff Garcia yet. We don't look very hard either, but we don't find one. We do not have the need or desire to find a better third-string running back. We tried last year with Curtis Martin, who retired, and we're unimpressed. So we're going to stick with the Barlow, Trapp, Waller situation, at least for this season, going into next. There is no reason to make a change, improvement, or anything to Mike Blades. We're plenty happy with him. And when his contract is up, we might go draft another fullback, whoever, and just keep them in rotation. Owens decreases, and we give him a pile of money to stay on the team. Tim Oldham improves. Stokes continues to fall off, but continues to be at least someone in our rotation to help us out. Mike Jones, I believe. Mike Jones ends up being our third string receiver in our depth chart. Ty Streets and Stokes are just veteran players there to help us out. We re-sign Ruark and Stanley. We do not find and do not look very hard for a third string tight end to pay just to be a goal line blocker when we already have a level of happiness with Rutledge here. Walter Jones decreases. Walden stays on our team. Troy Jackson gets better. The rookie goes into year 2. We sign a new rookie but we draft a rookie to replace Boston and everyone else. Decent awareness, really nice strength. Pass and run block is garbage, but that's what backups are for. Nothing happens at the center position. The guard position, we get another rookie. Decent strength, decent awareness. Okay, pass and run block, much better than the left guard. Both 68 overalls. Their whole point is to just be backups. Nothing changes at the tackle position. Defensive end, we still do not find a left end that we're happy with, but we were so lucky as to draft this Jeremiah Ostrich in the first round of the draft. He was still sitting there for us at right end, and he's very similar to Greg Ellis for us. Both a 67 speed, almost the same strength, and will probably get better. His 6'3 frame is a little smaller. It's not as big as the 6'6 frame. Doesn't have the awareness, doesn't have the agility acceleration, so he's not exactly the same. Like, he's not a clone copy of Ellis. Ellis is a better player. But the good strength and the rookie position with the good tackle, he's not as athletic, meaning the agility acceleration, and he doesn't have the awareness. But a good first-round pick, a good guy to plug in and have in our team as we move forward in our franchise. Bryant Young gets a bag handed to him simply because he's Bryant Young. Any other player I would not have handed the bag over to. This is a bias that might hurt me, but we still have cap space, so it isn't hurting us. He has dropped down to 86 strength, and he has also dropped to 87 tackle. So he may very well be a liability. He is a double-digit sack player, and we're going to ask him to be a pass rusher in the nickel and dime. And if he doesn't perform, we'll replace him with, for example, Ellis or whoever will end up taking his spot up front in nickel and dime situations. But for the time being, he is a sacker of the quarterback, and that's all we're going to ask him to do. We're not going to ask him to start in the base defense anymore. In the second round, we were able to get Tom Flelling at defensive tackle. Has the same overall as Young at this point, the same speed as the old player, so he's not that fast. 95 strength, 79 awareness is pretty solid. Doesn't have a lot of mobility, 6'3", 208. Like, very similar body type to Spoto, right? Another nose tackle. And 84 tackling ability, which will go up in time as well. So Tom Flelling, he will be our nose tackle in the 3-4. He will be one of our defensive tackles in the base defense, whereas Young is definitely going to be one of the pass rushers. I believe Flelling stays on the field because in nickel and dime, he's still rated higher than Ellis would be as a replacement. But Ellis is going to potentially replace Young if Young gets pushed around and is not so useful because Ellis does have the higher strength and the higher speed rating. But we want to give Young a chance to be a pass rusher for us. Otherwise, he'll just be an expensive backup, and we'll obviously have Ellis and Flelling. So, yeah, 2 draft picks, first and second round, Ostrich and Flelling. So getting strong on the defensive line, getting young on the defensive line here. So we still have 4 defensive ends we're happy with. And we've got plans of rotation for all of those players. Re-sign Winborn to a big deal. Got a backup to fill in. No speed whatsoever, but decent strength and a decent tackle rating to, again, be a backup. Houston is a higher overall than Valentine or Ulbrich. He will be our number 2 linebacker in rotation backup, but Valentine is definitely going to be our starter. We're going to see how it works out for him. Ulbrich is fine as well. Again, personal fan favorite. Loved what Jeff Ulbrich did for the San Francisco 49ers. We're mostly a 4-3 defense, but it helps to have 3 linebackers, a starter, a backup, and also when we go 3-4, we have a backup in that case as well. Julian Peterson was re-signed. Thomas was still on our team. Ahmad Plummer got the bag. And here's the thing. Patrick Surtain costing us like 6-point-something mil, almost 7 mil. He is our big money pickup. And he came after the draft. Another victim of the cap let go by his previous team. But we're not going to start him. We're paying him a lot of money to be a backup just like we did with Curtis Martin last year. Ingram will still be our number 2 guy. For some reason, the number 2 corner makes a lot of Pro Bowls for us. A lot of work gets done. Washington got it done. Ingram has been getting it done since he's joined the team. And last year had 6 interceptions and 85 tackles. Just being an absolute force. So Ingram will be our number 2. Surtain, however, here's the thing. 57 strength just does not cut it for what we want in our defense out of a base starting defense. But that is solid strength for a nickel and in the dime. It's still our next strongest corner, all the awareness, and he still has a very decent tackle number, like really high tackle number, so he can still bring down ball carries. He is our nickel guy, and we're asking Surtain to play free safety in the 3-4 defense. We're going to play base 4-3, but he's going to be our nickel and our free safety in the 3-4. So he will get playing time. He'll be in the dime, nickel, and that. So we have some formations for him. But in our base, it's going to be Ingram and Plummer up front with their strength. We drafted in the 3rd round a free safety to replace Bronson, who is reducing in his skill, and his contract will be going up. And as a rookie, he will potentially be the 1-2 punch with Bernard Mitchell. Schulters is still, they're both under a 2-year contract. As Schulters gets older and older, he's 30 now, he's going to be getting to 32, and his contract is up. And in those 2 years, we hope Trey Gaffney and Mitchell continue to be our starters and impact players. In the meantime, we're going to ask Gaffney to play dime safety for us with Schulters and Mitchell. I believe Mitchell playing the 4th corner over like Webster and Jew, though with injuries and things, we still may ask them to participate throughout the season. We're happy with our depth. So we still have like 3 safeties that we're happy with and can only play 2 at a time mostly. And we're even asking Surtain to play as a safety as well. So we definitely have defensive rotation in the secondary. Elam has been brought back. He continues to reduce in his overall, but he's still one of the best kickers out there on the market. And that's why I say on the market. We're fine with Bill Perez. He was never a problem for us as a punter. Lots of punting yards there. The average 46 yards per punt. We're happy with him just booming kicks with the 94 kick power. Booming punts, I should say. And we've really got to continue to decrease the accuracy, apparently, because 100% is kind of crazy. And he's lost his ability. So we're going to go to options. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go to AI, defense, computer, special teams, computer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1 accuracy. I hope that we don't have terrible accuracy out of our kicker, Elam. but 100% does not match his real life number, 74, 80, 85, 70, like 97, right? 100, like those, that's pretty ridiculous, especially with only 83 accuracy. So we're going to try a 1 accuracy in the slider, because he's been clutch. It's been awesome, but it's unrealistic. Just too unrealistic compared to his real life abilities. It's unrealistic. So that is our team. In the video, we went through substitutions. Reset everyone on offense. There's nothing special there. Defense is where I messed around a lot, and I'm trying to go through it as quickly as possible. For the base 4-3 defense, we're actually going to flip our right and our left end. We're going to ask Engelberger to be the back side. We're going to ask Javon Curse to play front side, which he, again, did in real life for the Eagles. And I don't remember which side he was playing for with the Titans. He was definitely registered in the game as right end, but I think he also played a lot of left end. And he has a lot of strength. And that's what you want out of your defensive end, is someone that can help set the edge and rush the passer. So, yeah, he's going to play that position in the 4-3. And Curse is going to play linebacker for us in the 3-4. And again, that comes back to why? Because of our rookie nose tackle that we drafted and our rookie defensive end, who's not identical to Ellis, but very similar, as big, strong, like bodies up front. So we're going to have Ellis and here basically like free defensive tackles for us. Big, heavy guys. Bryant Young has moved on to just being a pass rusher. He doesn't have the size and strength that we want anymore, at least not the strength that we want anymore. So we've got 2 rookies up front, and we still want to take and make use of our linebacker here, or not linebacker, but our pass rusher, our 99 overall. So we're going to ask Curse to both be like a blitzer, a coverage man, whatever, and he's rated like an 82 overall. He goes from 99 to like 82, which is low, but he's still rated pretty darn high. So we're keeping Winborn on the field, but off ball here. And we're going to have Peterson over here and our other middle linebacker right here. So we're going to see how it goes. As we said, Patrick Surtain up here in the 3-4. We're not a base 3-4, but the defense sometimes comes out like that, and that'll be a fun rotation for sure. Nickel defense. We said we got Surtain. We have Curse on his natural right end side, so that's the other thing that I said. We're flipping. He goes on one end, and in nickel he goes on the other end. They flip with John Engelberger, and we have Bryant Young playing that natural position, that inside left side defensive tackle position. If he is a liability and we need to put Ellis in, we will, but we'll see how that goes. And in the dime as well, it'll be the same defensive front. So the flip, the swap that we've been using of Engelberger and Curse in the nickel and dime pass rushing situations, they're flipped, and in the base defenses, they're flipped the other way. So, gonna see what Bryant Young can bring to the party. And as I said, Trey Gaffney at free safety, his natural position he was drafted at, he's going to get some playing time at dime, so he can at least contribute. That leaves Lance Schulter as his natural 96 overall strong safety position, which he also plays in nickel and dime. Though I'm not going to ask Trey Gaffney to play here, because in the dime we can still ask Bernard Mitchell, who's better than Webster at that position. Webster's a corner, and Bernard Mitchell is rated higher. So keeping the 3 safeties on the field, and then the 3 corners here. So it's like a 3-3. Like the dime, like 6 defenders, but 3 safeties and 3 corners, right? So I think I'm very happy, at least on paper, with our rotations. And I didn't mention here goal line. So Julian Peterson, we're going to have Winborn as an off-ball player. We obviously have Levi Valentine as the other off-ball. Schulters stays in the game. And Ricardo Ingram with his strength stays in to like press and everything. We've got Greg Ellis, Spoto for his strength because Young has fallen off. Fuellington, whatever, our rookie, is going to be here, and our other rookie, Ostrich, is going to be here, with the other linebacker position not being a linebacker, but rather Javon Curse. Again, our 99 overall still ranked really high, and the high strength rating higher than the other linebackers because he's a defensive end with 87 strength, down on the ball, right? So just taking advantage, like lots of defensive tackles, right? I mean, essentially a tackle, like a nose, a pair of noses here, and another guy who's basically a defensive tackle playing the end position. So just loaded up, and then like more of a true end linebacker in Curse. So I'm really happy with the substitutions and everything. So that is the draft. Was as we said, first round was defensive end, second round defensive tackle, third round safety, and I really don't remember the others right now. I think like fourth and fifth was like guard, right? Yeah, I'm sure it was one and then the other. I don't remember which came first, but we went one and the other. I'm sure it was like right guard and left guard. So the fourth and fifth, sixth and seventh we don't care about. We don't sign them. There's nobody worth picking up. Breakdown of our team. We don't have a 53-man roster. We don't need a 53-man roster in this game. It's not required. We have our punters, our kickers, our safeties. We've got the 5 corners, the 3 linebackers, the 4 outside. Like, we've got the defensive tackles. We should probably have, out of the 53, we should probably have another defensive tackle. Centers, offensive line, all that's good. Tight ends, we should probably have one more back. You should probably have, like, 5 running backs or something like that. Like, 3 and a fullback, and, like, someone that can play both positions, or the tight ends can have, like, a backup fullback. But out of the 53-man roster, oh, yeah, one of them would be, yeah, the core guys is, like, punter, kicker, and long snapper, right? But there's a few positions that we could fill in, like I said, another defensive tackle or whatever. But we're really happy with having our backup defensive ends, rotating a defensive tackle and all that. So everyone gets a chance to play, or almost everyone gets a chance to play in different setups and based on injuries and rotation, which we don't really see injuries. So we made it under 20 minutes. We even made it under 18 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You're free and invited to go watch the complete videos as they'll be released, but I give you this quick rundown because I don't think many people will watch them, but I still want you to get the information. So thank you for being here, and I look forward to the new season. I hope you do as well.